Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday's Topic Tuesday. So today I am going to talk to you a little bit about something that I have discovered that is helping me stay a little bit more on task in terms of time management. So people with ADHD, we struggle with feeling time pass, right? It's called time blindness. And there's literally a part of our brain that's just like not wired like everybody else's, so that time just feels different for us, right? So for a lot of people who have ADHD, they have time blindness in that they tend to always be late, right? They tend to think that everything is only 10 minutes away when sometimes it's like 30. Or they say, okay, I have 5 minutes left before I have to leave. And in that 5 minutes, I can, write 6 emails, make a couple phone calls, and paint a room. Or they're more like me, where I think that something that legitimately will only take 15 minutes is going to take an hour and a half, which is not true either. So, because I can't gauge the amount of time. And then when we get into hyperfocus, sometimes like hours pass and we don't even realize it, right? So time is just a big thing for us. And a hack that I have learned that I want to pass on to you is, first of all, hack number one, use an analog clock, like with an actual like face with the second hand and then all that stuff, right? Like my watch has, I don't know if you can see it, like the actual like circle with the second hand and the whatever. Because that actually, the visual of that makes it easier for me to understand how much time I truly have left. Whereas with a digital clock, when we just see the numbers, our brains don't process it the same way, and we really still kind of struggle to understand how much time is left. We don't have the visual of it, right? So that's the first one. The second one is to get one of these. So this is a visual timer. And what's great about this is you can set it for whatever time you need, and see that red? That's how much time you have left. And then as time is going on, you will see that red getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So you really start to understand how much time you have left. I really recommend getting a physical one versus one that you can put on your phone, for example. I tried one on my phone. The problem was that, my screen turns off, and so I still don't see how much time I have left until it buzzes, and then I'm like, oh, I guess I'm done. But with this, you can put it right in front of you, and so you see that red. This is really good for kids too. So if you have kids with ADHD, this is a really great way for them to learn how to manage their time, right? So let's say they have homework. You can say, okay, I want you to work on your homework for 20 minutes. And so you can set it for 20 minutes. And when you know you only have this much time, it also tends to help reel in our focus. So if we aren't in hyperfocus, for example, it will help us to get put into it because we go, okay, I only have this much time. And then it sort of gamifies it, right? Like, how much can I get done before the clock runs out? So you can do that for cleaning. You can do that for, working on projects for work. You can do that for homework. You can do that for working out. You can do it for really anything, right? And there was one more thing I wanted to mention. I can't remember. Anyway, can you tell I have ADHD? Anyway, so this is a really, really, really helpful tool. And so I think I got this at Amazon. But you really want to have something that has the time left is a different color than the actual clock itself. Like, you don't want it to be white. You really want that visual of what time is left. I'm trying to do this backwards in my thing. So that you can really see how much time is left. It does make a very big difference in terms of, I remember what I was going to say. When you are in hyperfocus mode, this will help you to stop. Because what happens is that when we're in hyperfocus, we have a tendency to not realize 3 hours have passed. And our bodies are going, I need to stand up, or whatever it is, like I'm thinking of when I'm working at my desk. So I set this for 25 minutes or for 50 minutes. And then after 25 minutes or 50 minutes, when it goes off, I get up, I walk around, I go let the dog out, whatever I need to do. But it does help to give your brain a little bit of a break, and your body as well. So get yourself one of these. I'm telling you, it's a huge help. And if you have any questions, or if you have any other tips that are along these lines, feel free to put them in the comments. You know how I feel. The more we share, the more we can learn. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what anybody else has to say. And if you decide to do this, please share like how it has worked for you. I really want to see what other people's experiences with this are. I've had good luck with this with my clients. I actually even use this with my clients when we start. And I set it for 10 minutes before our session ends, so that way I go, okay, we only have 10 minutes left. We need to wrap up, or we need to do whatever we need to do before your time is done. And it's very helpful for my clients as well, because then they can visually see it as well if they're in my office. Otherwise, I'll put it in like the back where they can see it behind me if it's Zoom. So anyway, that's my Tuesday tip of the week. And I hope you all are having a fabulous holiday season. If you get really stressed out by the holidays, I did a class yesterday, an online class that I streamed into this group. It is in this group. You will be able to find the video. It's less than an hour. It's like 50 minutes long. And I talk about 3 things that stress us out during the holidays the most, like putting together, like doing the holiday cards, holiday cookies, and spending too much, and some hacks that can help you make that easier for yourself. Okay. So feel free to check that out. I think it's got a lot of great information. So check that out, because I want everyone to feel joy during the holiday season, not feel totally overwhelmed. Okay. Especially with things that, we can make easier. Keep it simple, sister. That's all I can say. All right. Have a great week, and I will talk to you guys soon.